Hey guys, don't make it weird that I'm wearing latex gloves. Whenever I'm dealing with chicken, I like to wear gloves. So today I'm gonna show you a really fun weeknight recipe for your main poultry dish. And we're gonna use our compound butter. So I showed you guys, this is a really fun way to elevate, an everyday meal. And here's a perfect example of how I use it. So take it out of the fridge so it starts to get a little bit more malleable. And now what I like to do, this is just a basic bone-in, skin-on chicken breast, pat really dry. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slide my finger, for my veggie friends out there, I apologize in advance. Disclaimer, turn off video now, because this is gonna be, we're gonna get a little dirty here. So we're gonna gently put our fingers in and move the skin away from the meat on both sides. We're gonna do both chicken. So while I'm doing this, we are preheating our oven to 350 degrees. So now I'm gonna slide, this is about 3/4 of an inch, half an inch to 3/4 of an inch thick of our compound butter, the size of a quarter. I'm gonna slide this in, and as it cooks, it's gonna melt, it's gonna help keep the chicken really moist and juicy. And then the parsley and the lemon that we have grated in there is gonna melt into the chicken. It's gonna be so good. To each chicken breast, I'm also gonna add lemon and a rosemary sprig. And then that's all gonna be in there flavoring the chicken. These little elevations make such a difference. This is actually a lemon that I squeezed already, and there's still juice in there, so I like to just, reduce waste as much as possible. This is a perfect way. Instead of throwing that rind out, I'm gonna let it give some essence and beautiful moisture to my chicken and flavor. Okay, great. So now we got that. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna rub olive oil on top of our chicken and put sea salt on it pretty liberally. Like, I like having a lot of sea salt on my chicken. It can take a lot of sea salt, but again, that's a personal preference to you guys. So I'm gonna keep this on my right hand. I'm gonna throw that out in a minute. Little drizzle of olive oil. This is gonna help it get that beautiful golden crispy brown that we want on that skin. And if you don't want the skin, just toss it. Okay, so now I'm gonna do a generous amount of salt. Again, this is a personal preference. And I tend to do black pepper after it's cooked. Also, if my kids are eating this, they're not huge fans of fresh ground black pepper, so I tend to just salt. This is ready to cook. So again, 350 degrees, 35 to 45 minutes, and you want a meat thermometer. So you put the meat thermometer into the thickest part of the meat without touching the bone, 165 degrees, your chicken's done. So if I was gonna make some kind of sauce to cover my chicken after, I wouldn't normally put parchment paper underneath because I would want all the drippings and everything. For this recipe, I'm actually not gonna make a sauce, so I'm just gonna line it with parchment paper just to take a little bit of the smoking out. And then I'm gonna put it on a rack because this helps the chicken cook evenly and it helps it brown kind of all the way around. It helps the air really circulate better. So let's put our chicken breasts onto the rack. Let's do a little Tetris. Perfect. Oh my gosh. This is going in the oven, and I'm gonna see you guys in about 35 or 40 minutes. I cooked it till it got to 165 inside, and now I'm gonna let it rest so it reabsorbs all the juices. So when I cut into it, it doesn't spill out, they stay in. Yummy. That looks delicious. I'm hungry. Okay, so chicken is done, beautiful. I wanna cut into it so we can look inside. Also, this stuff underneath, we can drizzle it over the top too, which is fun. Because this is some good stuff. So when your pan is cool enough, you can also just kind of like drizzle a little bit of this on the top. And if you were making like a gravy to go over this, use this stuff. It's great. Okay, oh my gosh. It just adds this beautiful glisten. Amazing. Okay, now we're gonna cut into it and take a bite. Let's just cut all the way down so we can, wow guys. Look at how perfect this is. Isn't that beautiful? I wish you could smell this. It smells amazing. It smells amazing. See how perfect that is? The juicy, oh my gosh. Let's try a piece. That's so delicious. The lemon, the compound butter with the rosemary in there, it totally flavors the whole thing. That is like harvest time on a cutting board. It's so delicious. Oh my gosh. Wow, I can't wait for you guys to try this. This is so good and so easy. Oh my gosh, okay. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you know when I put up another video. I love sharing this stuff with you guys. This is stuff that I make all the time. I love showing it to you. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you next week. I need another piece of this. I love this skin too. Wow.